This new starry skies where love and joy never die. There my heart is to be in far away, Bukidnon land. Mother's blue, starry skies, where love and joy never die.
To board member Marlon Dilayan, happy birthday! At karong itong patiwag ko na yung birthday. Magulat ko sa inyong blowout, ha? So once again, God bless you. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, board member Dilayan. Thank you kay sa ibang kaayo, miss among municipality.
Happy birthday, Kuya Marlon Dinlayan. Padayon sa kaikag ng mga lagad sa katawhan sa Distrito 2 o padayon sa paghatag o paglaom sa katawhan nga imong gialagaran. Pinaagi sa pagpakita og serbisyong tinuoray, serbisyong walay pili sa oras o panahon ang serbisyo, Kuya Marlon Dinlayan. Happy birthday, board. Happy birthday, Gao.
Mayong adlaw ka natong tanan, diya ko sa tiga pa dito malay-balay kini Mayor Waring Pabulyaran. Mag-greet og happy birthday kang board member Kuya Marlon Dinlayan. Minaw ta ko na mapadayon gyapon ang maayo ng mga pagserbisyo sa katawhan. Dayon lang gyapon ang pag-alagad sa kapaligiran. More birthdays to come. Happy birthday, board member Kuya Marlon Dinlayan.
Happy birthday, Kuya ng Bayan, Kuya Marlon Dilayan, atong pinangang board member sa Segundo Distrito. Hinatunta board nga padayon ang imong pagserbisyo nga tiunay gyud sa atong makatawhan sa Distrito 2. Kaya kay nalipay nga grabe ka-aktibo ang among pinangang board member Marlon Dilayan sa iyang pagserbisyo palangga kining katawhan, mabata, patigulang, kababayenan, kalalakian, iya gyud gitagalog dako nga pagtagad. So salamat sa mga maing programa.
Sa among board member Marlon Dinlayan sa Segundo Distrito sa Bukidnon, kaming 16 Council Kabanglasan Bukidnon, manghinaot sa imong malipayon, puno sa gugma ug daghang grasya ug katuigan ibubo kanimo sa imong adlaw nga tawhan. Kami moingon. Happy birthday to you,
So for your birthday today, ang ako lang i-wish is serve the Lord well as you serve the people well. And of course, Kuya, ayaw pod kalimti ang uban nga mga tao around you, particularly your family. So together with the clan and together with the people of Bukidnon, I greet you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday! I hope you're having fun today. And like George said, there's a prayer that God will continue to bless you in the things you do. He will bless your hands. He will bless your mind. He will bless your hearts as you continue to do the service that you are giving to the people of Bukidnon, especially 2nd District. So happy birthday to you. We are looking forward for you guys to be coming over soon here in Houston, Texas. Happy birthday!
Ngayong adlaw kaninyo members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, and it's a privilege to greet my brother Marlon Brando, Kuya Marlon Brando Dinlayan, a happiest birthday. Brother, I would say na ang padayon ni mga pagpangga sa imuhang constituents sa entire District 2, kung prayer, it's divine protection, padayon kapag panalipdan sa Ginoo sa tanan nimo kapag buhaton. And at the same time, I am praying all the best for all the undertakings that you will be doing for the greater glory of our God and for the expansion of Bukidnon as a whole. Enjoy and happy birthday, Kuya Marlon.
Happy birthday, Marlon. Ipadayon ang pagserbisyo ngadto sa katawhan sa lalawigan sa Bukidnon. Atong batulan ganun ang pagkamabuksanon o pagkapatinabangon ngadto sa atong mga kaigsunan. Once again, happy birthday, board member Marlon.
Happy birthday, Daddy! We love you!
Happy birthday to Honorable Marlon Brando Bidlayan. May your special day be filled with joy and gratitude for the many lives you have touched through your dedicated public service. Your commitment to good governance and the welfare of our province is truly commendable. Wishing you continued strength, wisdom, and success in all your endeavors. Happy birthday from your SP family and the office of the Provincial Vice Governor.
Happy birthday, Kuya. Pare, Superman. Karon lang ko kabalo nga iksuon man mo ni Bambu.
And
Yeah.
likewise, Mr. Chair, a belated happy birthday to the Honorable Kuya Juju Evangelista who celebrated his birthday last April 18. Pero ang kanta sunod na session.
Likewise, happy birthday, Kuya Jojo. So, kasi magpakaon. Unya. Ikaw na. Magsabot mo. Di na malitsyon ang ano, di na mapas ang litsyon ana. Nagsabot na mo. Okay. Happy birthday sa atong duha nga mga kauban din no. And before we proceed no, let us welcome to our blooming, ever blooming SK. Pwede na. Baby boy, baby girl. Baby girl. Congratulations. Congratulations. So welcome. So Mr. Secretary, can we have the roll?
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Roll call. Provincial Vice Governor Clive Diquinho. Absent with an approved travel order, Mr. Chair. Board Member Mario Jr. B. Albaresi. Present. Board Member Godofredo I. Balansag. Board Member Minerva C. Sinabi. Board Member Bobby J. B. Dinlayan. Board Member Marlon Brando B. Dinlayan. Board Member Armando Jr. S. Evangelista. Board Member Jose Miguel S. Portich. Board Member Oliver O.N.L. Garcia. Board Member Riel Lu S. Linas. Board Member Holly Simon Santo. Board Member Eliser S. Nahon. Board Member Joseph D. Palmada. Board Member Ranolfo Jose Jr. G.P. Pito. Mr. Chair, there are 13 out of 14 members of this August body who are present inside this session hall. There is a quorum.
So our 39th regular session is in order. Majority Floor Leader.
Sir.
There's some, yeah, before we approve, Attorney Monsanto.
May we move for the inclusion of today's calendar of business, the resolution number 1-A 2026, Mr. Presiding Officer, which will be the supplemental annual investment program, Mr. Presiding Officer. This will be moved that this will be included in the unfinished business, Mr. Presiding Officer. I so move.
So there's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
We have approved. Finish na. Amended. Second.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved. There's a motion to dispense the reading of the minutes. It's
Second.
been duly seconded. Motion approved. (38), not 28. So there's a motion to approve the 38th regular session. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved. Yeah. 38th regular session. Attorney Paul Magwali is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. First reading, reference of business, item number 1. Proposed ordinance number 031-2026 of the 28th SP, authored by Board Member Oliver Owen L. Garcia, 4th Legislative District, and co-authored by Board Member Bobby J. Bidinlayan, 2nd Legislative District, entitled An Ordinance naming the Bukidnon Provincial Road stretching from Aglayan, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon to Cabanglasan, Bukidnon as Lorenzo S. Dinlayan Senior Road.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved. Board Member Attorney Monsanto is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. And of course, thank you for the body in allowing for this amendment to include this item as an unfinished business. Actually, this is part of the communication sent to us the last time, wherein there are three resolutions coming from the PDC with respect to, and including rather this one, which is a resolution approving the supplemental annual investment program for supplemental budget number 1 of the general one for fiscal year 2026, and which was endorsed to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for adoption and approval. Previously, we have only approved the portion of the EIP relating to the 178 million support coming from the national government. Now, we will be approving, as I will be moving later on, for the approval of resolution number 1-A. We give it a number because we approved resolution number 1 already, but since it covers only the 178 million, we have to make a new number for this resolution number 1-A, that's 2026. So this has been the subject of the discussion of the committee of the whole this morning, and all items has been thoroughly discussed and being presented, and there being no objections or oppositions to the same. Thus, the Committee on Appropriations is hereby moving for the adoption and approval of resolution number 1-A, that's 2026 of the Provincial Development Council, which is a resolution approving the supplemental annual investment program for supplemental budget number 1 of the general fund for fiscal year 2026 in the amount of 1,035,714,451 pesos and 64 centavos. Moving for the approval and adoption of the said resolution number 1-A, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Attorney
Attorney
Board Member Monsanto. Board Member Kasanabi is recognized.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mayong hapon sa atong tanan. Mr. Chairman, the Committee on Poverty Alleviation and Social Reform, to which was referred, Ordinance Number 17-2026, Series of 2026, approved on March 26 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Establishing Programs and Providing Protection for Senior Citizens in the Municipality of Cabanglasan, Province of Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: this ordinance seeks to establish programs and strengthen protection to senior citizens in the Municipality of Cabanglasan. It aims to provide support, care, and opportunities that will improve the well-being of the elderly sector in the community, considering the growing needs of senior citizens and their valuable role in society. The measure is beneficial and responsive. Republic Act Number 994-9994, otherwise known as the Expanded Senior Citizens Act of 2010, mandates the state, including local government units, to adopt measures that will promote the welfare and protection of senior citizens and to provide programs and services for their benefit. In addition, Section 16 of Republic Act number 7160 or the Local Government Code of 1991 provides that every local government unit shall exercise the powers expressly granted those necessarily implied therefrom as well as powers necessary, appropriate or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to promotion of the general welfare. The enactment of the programs and services protection against abuse and discrimination, as well as incentives and privileges to senior citizens, clearly falls within the authority of the municipality, as it ensures social justice, health, and dignity for a vulnerable sector. Recommendations: the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance Number 17-2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended for this approval of this committee report, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Mr. Chairman, I have here an omnibus motion, municipal executive order from the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. I have here 6 executive orders, omnibus motion, Your Honor. I have here Committee on Poverty Alleviation and Social Reform, to which was referred Executive Order number MVOP 036 from the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Organizing the Social Protection Team of the Municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Second, the Committee on Education, which was referred Executive Order MVOP 002 2025, again from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Don Carlos Polytechnic College Faculty Selection Board, or DCPC FSB. Another executive order, Your Honor, again, Committee on Education, to which was referred Executive Order MVOP 044-2025 from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Suspending Classes in all levels in private and public schools in the municipality of Don Carlos this Friday, October 10, 2025. Another committee report, another executive order, Your Honor, MVOP 047-2025, again from the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Suspending All Classes of Private and Public Elementary, Secondary, and Tertiary Schools in the Municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, tomorrow, Tuesday, November 4, 2025, due to the possible effect of Tropical Cyclone Tino. Again, another executive order from the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reorganizing the Executive Committee and the Technical Working Group of the Gender and Development Focal Point System, or GFPS, in the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. The last executive order from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Executive Committee and the Technical Working Group of the Gender and Development Focal Point Systems in the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Mr. Chairman, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of the 6th executive order from the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. So recommended for the approval of this committee reports, Your Honor.
There's an omnibus motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved. Thank you.
I have still here, Mr. Chairman. Again, The Committee on Education, it was just referred, Ordinance number 2026, that's 136 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Impasugong Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Annual Celebration of World Teachers' Day in the Municipality of Impasugong and providing funds therefore, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The ordinance is approved for being a valid measures that promotes the recognition of teachers and their valuable contribution to society, while fostering community appreciation and support for the education sector with the municipality. The conduct of an annual celebration provides an avenue to honor educators and strengthen public awareness for their important role in shaping the youth. Section 16 of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that every local government and unit shall exercise the powers expressly granted, those necessarily implied therefrom, as well as powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to promotion of the general welfare. The promotes respect for the teaching profession and acknowledges the role in delivering quality education within the community. Such recognition not only uplifts the dignity and morale of teachers, but also encourages continued commitment and excellence in the performance of their duties. Moreover, it strengthens community participations by fostering a culture of gratitude and support for educators, which ultimately contributes to the overall development of the youth and the municipality. Accordingly, the ordinance is a valid exercise within the authority of the Sangguniang. The committee hereby recommend for the approval of the ordinance number 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Impasugong Bukidnon for being proper and order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended for the approval of this committee report, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Another committee report, Your Honor, from the Committee on Education, to which was referred ordinance number 1094 from the Sangguniang Panlungsod of City of Malaybalay, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Amending Article 3, Section 4 of the City Ordinance number 938, Series of 2020, entitled The Malaybalay City Technical Education and Skills Development Ordinance, by adding item close parenthesis L thereto. The committee finds the ordinance proper as it strengthens the existing technical education and skills development program of the City of Malaybalay by adding a clear function for competency assessment and certification. The amendment supports better delivery of training services and improve access of trainees to recognized skills certification. The Local Government Code of 1991 provides every local government until shall exercise the powers expressly granted those necessarily implied governance and those which are essential to the promotion of the general welfare. Also, Section 17 of the same code vests upon local government units the responsibility to ensure the delivery of basic services and policies necessary for effective local governance. These provisions authorize the LGU to adopt measures to support technical, vocational education and skills development, including establishment or support of facilities that may serve as venues for competency assessment and certification, thereby strengthening local workforce readiness and expanding access to employment opportunities to its constituents. Recommendations: the committee hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 1094 series of 2026 from the Sangguniang Panlungsod of City of Malaybalay, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Panlungsod to enact. So recommended for the approval of this committee report, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Another committee report, Your Honor, again from the Committee on Women and Family Relations, to which was referred ordinance number 1324-2026 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, entitled Strengthening the Implementation of Standardized Early Childhood Care and Development, or ECCD, programs in the municipality of Damulog, Bukidnon. Findings. The committee finds that ordinance seeks to establish measures and programs beneficial to general welfare of the constituents, addressing identified needs within the municipality. After careful review of its provisions, the committee finds the same to be reasonable, responsive, and aligned with the objectives of the local governance. Recommendations. The committee hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 1324-2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended for the approval of this committee report, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
The last committee report, Your Honor, again from the Committee on Women and Family Relations, to which was referred ordinance number 25 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Impasugong, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Prohibiting Online Sexual Abuse and Exploitation of Children, or OSAIC, and Child Sexual Abuse or Exploitation Materials, CSAM, in the municipality of Impasugong, institutionalizing programs for its prevention and eradication, and providing penalties thereof. Thereafter, establishing a supportive environment for child victims and providing funds thereof. The committee finds that the ordinance seeks to establish measures to protect children against online sexual abuse and exploitation. The intent of the measure is commendable and consistent with the state's policy of safeguarding the welfare of minors. However, after a careful review of its provisions, the committee notes certain legal defects that affect the validity and implementation of the ordinance. For recommendation, the committee hereby recommend that ordinance number 2025-132 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Impasugong, Bukidnon be referred back to its origin for the purpose of undertaking the necessary corrective revisions to ensure conformity with existing laws and regulations. So recommended for the approval of this committee report, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. May we now proceed to item number 12. May we now recognize the Honorable Board Member Balansag.
Board Member Balansag is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Item number 12 is a committee report from the Committee on Barangay and Local Government. Committee report number 2026-B-020 of the 28th SB. The Committee on Barangay and Local Government, to which was referred ordinance number 2026-2316 of the 6th regular session approved on March 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Portage, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Establishing Mechanism for Prior Consultation and Continuous Coordination between national government agencies and the local government unit of Manolo Portage in the implementation of national programs, projects, and activities within the municipality, in accordance with the Section 2, Paragraph C of Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. I've considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. The ordinance seeks to establish mechanisms
for prior consultation and continuous coordination between national government agencies and the local government unit of Manolo Portits in the implementation of national programs, projects, and activities within the municipality. The committee finds the measures to be in accordance with the provisions of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, specifically Section 2, Paragraph C, which mandates the national agencies and offices must conduct periodic consultation with appropriate local government units, non-government organizations, and other sectors concerned before implementing any projects or programs in their respective jurisdiction. These provisions uphold the principle of local autonomy and ensure that the LGU is actively involved in decision-making process that directly affect its constituents. Furthermore, the committee recognizes that the ordinance promotes transparency, accountability, and participatory governance by institutionalizing a system of coordination that minimize conflicts, duplication of functions, and inefficiency in project implementation. It also strengthens intergovernmental relations and ensures that development initiatives are aligned with the local development plans and priorities of the municipality. In addition, the measure is consistent with the General Welfare Clause under Section 16 of Republic Act number 7160, which empowers the local government units to enact ordinances necessary to promote the general welfare, including the enhancement of economic prosperity, social justice, and ecological balance within territorial jurisdiction. Thus, the committee finds the ordinance to be legally sound, beneficial, and responsive to the needs of effective local governance, and recognizing its importance in fostering coordination, strengthening local autonomy, and ensuring the successful implementation of government programs at the local level in the municipality of Manolo Portits, Bukidnon. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the approval of ordinance number 2026-2316, approved on March 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Portits, for being proper and in accordance with the law and within the scope of authority of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to enact. So recommended for the approval of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Balansag.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to items number 13 to 26, we will now recognize our incoming Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Presiding Officer, the Honorable Board Member, Dr. R.J. Pipito.
Board Member Pipito is recognized. Duly seconded.
Balino na kayo ba? Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I'm here to report items number 13 to 21 from the committees on civil service. For items number 13 and 14, Mr. Presiding Officer, these are all subject for an omnibus motion, all from the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Item number 13 is Executive Order MVOP 009-2025, and item number 14 is Executive Order MVOP 049S-S-2025. Mr. Presiding Officer, move for the approval of these items from the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 15 from the Committees on Civil Service, to which has referred Municipal Ordinance number 16 SB-2025-05, approved on March 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Quezon, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Updating and Optimizing the Organizational Structure and Staffing Pattern of the Municipal Government of Quezon, Bukidnon. Mr. Presiding Officer, the ordinance seeks to update and optimize the organizational structure and staffing pattern of the Municipality of Quezon, Bukidnon. The committee has found that position titles all conform to DBM LBC 137. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Municipal Ordinance Number 16 SB 2025-05 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Quezon Province of Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
For items number 16 to 18, Mr. Presiding Officer, all again subject for an omnibus motion from the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Item number 16 is Executive Order MVOP 018-S-2025 entitled An Order Reconstituting the Program on Awards and Incentives for Service Excellence or Praise in the Local Government Unit of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Item number 17 is Executive Order MVOP 023-2025 entitled An Order Reconstituting the Personnel Development Committee or PDC in the Municipality of Don Carlos. And item number 18 is Executive Order MVOP 024-2025 entitled An Order Constituting the Composition of Human Resource Merit Promotion and Selection Board or HRMPSB of the Municipality of Don Carlos, Province of Bukidnon. So moving for the motion, Mr. Presiding Officer, to refer back these three items to their origin for its compliance with the findings of the committee. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion to refer back. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 19, Mr. Presiding Officer, is from the Committee on Civil Service to which is referred Ordinance number 26-31 approved on March 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Libuna, Province of Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Office of the Municipal Administrator and the transfer of the existing position of the Municipal Government Department Head 1 or the Municipal Administrator, Salary Grade 24. Mr. Presiding Officer, the ordinance seeks to create the Office of the Municipal Administrator and transfer the existing position of the Municipal Government Department Head 1, Salary Grade 24 of the Municipality of Libona, Province of Bukidnon. The committee has found that the organizational structure and the staffing pattern should be attached to the ordinance, which shall be the reference in the checking of the position titles and the structure. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee, after review, hereby recommend to refer back Ordinance number 26-31 to its origin for compliance with the stated findings. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 20, still on the Committee on Civil Service, to which is referred Ordinance number 2026-2317, 6th regular session approved on March 25, 2026 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortis, Province of Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Authorizing the Retitling of some Existing Office Names and the corresponding change of item number of various positions in the plantilla of the Local Government Unit of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, effective calendar year 2026. Mr. Presiding Officer, the findings are: first, the title of the ordinance pertains to the retitling and change of item numbers. However, its provision likewise included the abolition of positions, which is not reflected in the title. Second, the notations or actions should be reviewed and corrected as typographically errors have been observed. And third, certain positions do not indicate the corresponding salary grade, which should be specified for clarity and completeness. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee, after review, hereby recommend to refer back Ordinance number 2026-2317 to its origin for the compliance of the stated findings. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
For item number 21, still on the Committee on Civil Service, to which is referred Ordinance number 2026-2319, 8th regular session approved on March 17, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortis, Province of Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Local Economic Development and Investment Promotions Office or LEDIPO its organizational structure and staffing pattern, creation of positions, and for other purposes. Mr. Presiding Officer, these are the findings. First is ordinance is entitled an ordinance creating the Local Economic Development and Investment Promotions Office, its organizational structure and staffing pattern, creation of positions for other purposes. However, the organizational structure and staffing pattern were neither attached nor included in the ordinance. Thus, the title of the ordinance does not align with its contents. Next, a division should have at least 2 sections. Next, third, the Administrative Services Division should not be positioned at the same level as technical divisions, as it performs support functions rather than technical functions. Moreover, it may be changed to a section only and may be renamed as Administrative Support Services section. Next, the 5 enterprises, including the Manolo Fortis Integrated Terminal Exchange, should be clearly specified whether they are intended to function as sections or units. If these are to be treated as sections, it is recommended to rationalize and consolidate them into 2 to 3 sections only to ensure manageability and efficiency. Next, the Investment Promotions Division may be renamed as Investment Services Division per DALG Memorandum Circular number 2020-167. Next, the organizational structure should be finalized prior to the preparation of the position charts and staffing pattern to ensure proper alignment of the functions and positions. And last, it is noted that the ordinance contains 2 sections. Section 6 should be corrected and to maintain proper sequencing and avoid confusion. And this is the organizational structure as presented. Okay, down lang. So this format ensures clarity in reporting relationships and functions and functional delineation. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee, after review, hereby recommend to refer back ordinance number 2026-22319 to its origin for the compliance of the stated findings. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion to refer back. It's been seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 20. So for item number, for the Committee on Health, Mr. Presiding Officer, I have 4 items subject for an omnibus motion from the Municipal Government of Don Carlos. For item number 20, unahon lang ako, Mr. Chair. Item number 23, 24, 25, and 26. Item number 23 is Executive Order MBOP 041-S-2025. And item number 24 is Executive Order MBOP 042-S-2025. And item number 25 is Executive Order MVOP 045-2025. And item number 26, Executive Order MVOP 046-2025. All from the Municipal Government of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, Mr. Presiding Officer. Subject for an omnibus motion for the approval. So move for the approval of these 4 items under the from the Municipal Government of Don Carlos, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the scope of the local chief executive to promulgate, Mr. Presiding Officer. So moving.
Mr. Abdul's motion. It's been seconded. Motion approved.
And item number 22 is from the Committee on Health, to which is referred ordinance number 283 series of 2026, 16th SB approved on March 17, 2026 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Municipal Anti-Dengue Campaign Committee and the Barangay Anti-Dengue Task Forces in the Municipality of Lantapan, Bukidnon. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee recognized that subject ordinance is anchored on Section 16 of RA 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, which mandates that every local government unit shall exercise the powers expressly granted, those necessarily implied therefrom, as well as powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to the promotion of the general welfare. It also conforms to the ALG Memorandum Circular number 2012-016, which promotes the Action Barangay Contra Dengue or Abacada program to prevent the control of dengue cases. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 283, series of 2026, from the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So moving for the approval, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito, the incoming.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to items number 27 to 32. May we now recognize a gentleman from the 2nd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Attorney Holis Monsanto.
Board Member Attorney Monsanto is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. This is a committee report on the Committee on Appropriations on the following resolutions and ordinances. First, these first two items will be subject to an omnibus motion, which are the following. Resolution number 336 of the 60th SB Series of 2026, dated February 16, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution adopting / approving the Municipal Development Executive Council Municipal Development Council Executive Committee Resolution number 1, Series of 2026, dated February 4, 2026, entitled a resolution amending the project title funded under Supplemental Budget number 1, calendar year 2025, and Resolution number 337, also of the 60th SB of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, a resolution entitled a resolution adopting / approving the Municipal Development Council Executive Committee Resolution number 2, Series of 2026, dated February 4, 2026, entitled a resolution approving the realignment of projects under the 20% Local Development Fund for calendar year 2026 for endorsement to the Sangguniang Bayan. As to the findings, upon review of the two mentioned resolutions submitted by the Local Government Unit of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, the Planning and Development Office found that those resolutions 336 and 337 are consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and compliant with the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of resolution number 336 and 337 in an omnibus motion, the same being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Next is Ordinance number 037 of the 60th SB Series of 2026, approved on March 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled an ordinance authorizing the proposed borrowing of the municipality of Kitaw-Taw, province of Bukidnon, in the amount of 50 million pesos with the Land Bank of the Philippines to finance the concreting of various municipal roads and cancellations of unavailed approved term loan 11 Equity PDRP project. As to the findings, the Local Finance Committee recommends its approval, subject to compliance with the applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 037 of the 60th SB Series of 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Next is Resolution number 358-2026 of the 60th Sangguniang Bayan, 25th regular session dated February 10, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution approving the Supplemental Investment Program number 1, calendar year 2026 of the Municipality of San Fernando, province of Bukidnon. As to the findings, upon review of the resolution submitted by the LG of San Fernando, the Provincial Planning and Development Office found that Resolution number 358-2026 is consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and compliant with the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Resolution number 358-2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Next is Resolution number 1246-2026 of the 10th SP 26 regular session dated February 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Valencia City, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution approving and adopting Supplemental City Annual Investment Program number 1, calendar year 2026 of the City Government of Valencia. As to the findings, upon review of the resolution submitted by LG of Valencia City, the Provincial Planning and Development Office found that Resolution number 1246-2026 is consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and compliant with the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Resolution number 1246-2026 of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Valencia City, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Panlungsod concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Last is Municipal Ordinance number 54-2025 of the 60th SB, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, entitled, "An Ordinance Providing for the Recognition and Grant of Retirement Benefits or Incentives to Volunteer Retirable Barangay Health Workers in the Municipality of Malitbog, Bukidnon." As to the findings, upon review, the Local Finance Committee notes that the municipal ordinance provides for the recognition and grant of retirement benefits or incentives to volunteer retirable barangay health workers, citing a whereas provision under Section 21 of RA 7883. However, Republic Act 7883 only contains provision up to Section 11. In view thereof, it is recommended that the ordinance be corrected to cite the appropriate provisions under Section 7 of RA 7883, which provides that benefits for barangay health workers shall be reviewed and endorsed by the local health board to ensure legal consistency with existing law and facilitate approval, subject to compliance with all applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend that Municipal Ordinance number 54-2025 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon be referred back to its origins for compliance with the aforementioned findings. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Board Member Monsanto.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item number 33, 34, and 35, may we now recognize the Honorable Board Member Attorney Baba Oliver Owen Garcia.
Board Member Attorney Baba Garcia is recognized.
Joint Mr. Chair, Majority Floor Leader, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sorry. Joint Committee Report of the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, and Poverty Alleviation and Social Reform. Committee Report number L-186 and A-020. Mr. Chairman, the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights and on Poverty Alleviation and Social Reform, to which was referred a letter dated February 25, 2026 from the Provincial Governor requesting for authority for the undersigned to enter into a tripartite memorandum of agreement by and between the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office number 10, Provincial Government of Bukidnon, and the following cities and municipalities to it: Municipality of Lantapan, Municipality of Maramag, Municipality of Cabanglasan, Municipality of Pangantukan, and the City of Malaybalay, with the information that the DSWD, in partnership with the local government units and other stakeholders, is mandated to implement programs and projects to Risk Resiliency Program, Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation, RRP-CCAM, Project Local Adaptation to Water Access or LAWA, and Breaking Insufficiency through Nutritious Harvest for the Impoverished or BINHE, to help communities adapt and mitigate the effects of El Nino and La Nina phenomenon and improve their access to water and food. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. During the committee deliberations, Site Mafati Makada, regional focal person of Project Lawa Binhe, explained that the program has been implemented in the province since 2022 and has since been recalibrated to include both cash for work and cash for training modalities. The program targets vulnerable sectors such as solo parents, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and other marginalized groups. It was explained that the participating LGUs were selected based on prior assessment of poverty incidence and program readiness. The committees were further informed that the program is implemented through coordination among DSWD, the provincial government, and the concerned LGUs, with support from the provincial offices such as the Bukidnon Environment and Natural Resources Office, BENRO, Provincial Agriculture Office, PAGRO, and the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office or PSWDO. DSWD provides financial assistance while the LGUs and the provincial offices extend technical and operational support. As reflected in the attached Memorandum of Agreement, the program includes activities such as the establishment of small farm reservoir, lawa, communal gardens or binhi, distribution of fingerlings and tree growing initiatives aimed at improving water access, food security, and environmental sustainability. The committees note that the program likewise provides short-term income support through cash for work and training activities while promoting long-term resilience and sustainable livelihood opportunities among beneficiary communities. It aligns with national policies on disaster risk reduction, climate change adaptation, and poverty alleviation, as well as the province's initiative on agriculture and environmental management. The committees find that the proposed tripartite memorandum of agreement is proper, beneficial, and supportive of the province's efforts to strengthen climate resiliency, food security, and inclusive development among vulnerable sectors. Recommendations. The committees, after due deliberation and discussion, hereby recommend for the approval and adoption of the request authorizing the Provincial Governor Rogelio Nil P. Roque to enter into a tripartite memorandum of agreement by and between the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office Number 10, Provincial Government of Bukidnon, and the following municipalities as follows: Municipality of Lantapan, Municipality of Baramag, Municipality of Cabanglasan, Municipality of Pangantucan, and the City of Malaybalay. So recommended, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
May I just read the title of the resolution, Mr. Chair?
Yeah, please proceed.
A resolution authorizing Provincial Governor Rogelio P. Roque to enter into a tripartite memorandum of agreement by and between the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Provincial Government of Bukidnon, and selected local government units for the implementation of the Risk Resiliency Program, Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation RRP-CCAM project, local adaptation to water access, lawa, and breaking insufficiency through nutritious harvest for the impoverished or binhi. So moving for the approval of said resolution, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 34 is Committee Report Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights Committee Report number L-187. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee to which was referred, Ordinance number 1312-226, 16th SB 8 regular session, Committee on Trade, Industry, Commerce, Labor Relations, Cooperatives, and Economic Enterprise, Public Utilities, Market, and Slaughter, approved on March 4, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, entitled Amending the Amended Ordinance number 1199-2023, re-establishing Friday as the official market day of the Municipality of Damulog and designating the Damulog Public Market as its official venue. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The ordinance provides for the re-establishment of Friday as the official market day of the Municipality of Damulog and designates the Damulog Public Market as the official venue. It further assigns responsibilities to the market administrator and ensures coordination with the PNP to maintain peace and order, regulate traffic, and safeguard vendors and buyers, and prevent unlawful activities within the vicinity. These provisions are consistent with the powers and functions vested in the LGU under Republic Act number 7160, particularly in promoting general welfare, regulating public markets, and ensuring public safety. Moreover, the amendments introduced are proper and necessary to make the ordinance more responsive to present conditions and to ensure its continued relevance, effectiveness, and compliance with existing laws and regulations. Recommendation. The committee, after careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 1312-2026, 16th SB 8 regular session, approved on March 4, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the scope of the Sanggunian to enact. So recommended, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 35 is committee report of the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights, committee report number L-188. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee to which was referred, Executive Order number 12, Series of 2026, dated February 12, 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Executive Order Establishing Anti-Gender-Based Sexual Harassment, ASH Desk, Designation of Anti-Sexual Harassment Enforcer, and establishing the Anti-Sexual Harassment Referral Network in this municipality. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. The municipality of Kitaw-Taw intends to establish an anti-sexual harassment desk under the MSWDO to expedite the reporting and processing of sexual harassment cases. The initiative includes designating specific ASH desk officers for daily operations and creating a referral network to provide victims an essential medical, legal, and psychological support. The measure is mandated by Republic Act number 11313, Safe Spaces Act, which requires LGUs to receive complaints and assist victims of gender-based sexual harassment. It is further supported by RA 9262, which tasks the MSWDO with protective and rehabilitative services. The executive order fulfills the LGU's mandate to provide local redress for sexual harassment victims by establishing a referral network and designating specialized officers to ensure a professional, multidisciplinary response to harassment. Hence, the order is legally sound, falls within the local government's authority, and effectively implements the Safe Spaces Act. A recommendation: the committee, after review and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order number 12, Series of 2026, dated February 12, 2026, of the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Attorney Garcia.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to items number 36 and 37. For these two items, by this representation, Honorable Presiding Officer, this is a committee report on the Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, and Disaster Preparedness, to which was referred the two executive orders from the municipality of Don Carlos. For item number 36, this is an executive order MBOP 019-2025, dated July 4, 2025. And also item number 37, this is an executive order number MBOP 021-2025, dated July 7, 2025, both from the municipality of municipal mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Thus, Honorable Presiding Officer, omnibus motion for the approval of these two executive orders, that the recommendation of the committee is for these executive orders from the municipal mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, for being proper in order of the scope of the local chief executive concerned to pass executive order number MBOP 019-2025. This is dated July 4, 2025. An order constituting the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council in the municipality of Don Carlos. And also executive order number MBOP 021-2025, dated July 7, 2025, an order constituting the Ecological Solid Waste Management Board and its technical working group in the municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. Thus, moving for the approval omnibus motion of these two executive orders, Honorable Presiding Officer, so recommended for adoption and approval of this committee report.
There's an omnibus motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item number 38, may we now recognize a gentleman from the 1st Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Eliser Is-Una.
Board Member Eliser Unahon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and thank you, Majority Floor Leader. A committee report of the Committee on Public Services, Utilities, and Transportation The Committee on Public Services, Utilities, and Transportation, to which was referred Executive Order number MVOP 020-2025 dated July 4, 2025 from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Creating the Transportation Management Board or TMB and its Technical Working Group for Transportation in the Municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, have considered the same and do hereby submit their comments, findings, and recommendations. Findings: the executive order establishes a policy making an oversight body within the local government unit of Don Carlos tasked with formulating, coordinating, and monitoring transportation and traffic management policies. Furthermore, the committee noted that the issuance of this order is a valid exercise of the executive powers of the municipal mayor under Section 444, paragraph B, item 2, and paragraph III of Republic Act 7160, which authorizes the local chief executive to issue such executive order as are necessary for the proper enforcement and execution of laws and ordinances. In this capacity, the order directly implements national mandates, specifically DOT, Department Order number 2017-011 and the ILG-DOT Joint Memorandum Circular number 001 series of 2017, which requires local government units to guide the modernization of public transport services. Recommendations: the committee, after careful study, hereby recommends for the approval of the executive order number MVOP 020-2025 dated July 4, 2025 from the office of the municipal mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive to issue. So recommended, Your Honor.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Board Member Anand. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer, proceeding to item number 39 to 42, may we now recognize the birthday boy, Honorable Presiding Officer, the Honorable Board Member Marlon Brando Dinlayan.
The birthday boy, the Superman, Marlon Dinlayan, Board Member Dinlayan.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Floor Leader. Good afternoon, distinguished Presiding Officer, and to my esteemed colleagues. I have 4 committee report. First item from the committee report of the Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry, to which was referred Executive Order MVOP 050-2025, dated on the 27th day of November 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Local Price Coordinating Council in the Municipality of Don Carlos, have been considered the same, and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the executive order is consistent with Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, which empowers local government units to implement measures related to consumer protection, including stabilizing prices of basic necessities and essential goods, which provides the legal basis for establishing such council. The state will effectively and sufficiently protect consumers from hoarding, profiteering, and cartels related to the supply, distribution, marketing, and pricing of goods, particularly during calamities, emergencies, or when there is widespread illegal price manipulation and other similar situations. All retail goods must be publicly displayed with tags or labels showing their prices and sold uniformly at the stated price without discrimination, except for exempted classes of establishments. The Local Price Coordinating Council in the municipality of Don Carlos shall carry out, implement, and enforce all the policies and decisions of the National Police Coordinating Council, like monitoring of prices, enforcement of suggested retail price, the SRP, and price freeze for basic necessities and prime commodities, the BNPC, and to recommend actions or steps to correct unwarranted price increase and supply shortages. There is a need to reconstitute the local price coordinating council in the municipality of Don Carlos due to the end of term, retirement, and resignation of some members. Recommendation. Considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order MVOP 050-2025 dated on the 27th day of November 2025 from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon for being in accordance with the law and within the scope of authority and the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
The second item, committee report of the Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry, to which was referred ordinance number 2026-2322 of during 8th regular session approved on March 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Monthly Rental Rate for the Food Park and for Other Purposes, have considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The ordinance seeks to require the monthly rental rate for food parks in the municipality of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. Setting a reasonable rental rate can prevent excessive price and ensuring that the cost is fair and affordable for vendors, especially small and micro enterprises. It will also maintain a stable business environment and avoid disorderly competition. Section 17 of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, mandates local government units, LGUs, to be self-reliant and to discharge the functions and responsibilities necessary for the efficient delivery of basic services and facilities. Section 18 and 22 of the same code empower local government units to create their own sources of revenue and exercise full autonomy in their proprietary functions, including the lease of real property, held in their proprietary capacity for productive and developmental purposes. The local government unit of Manolo Fortich, in the exercise of its proprietary capacity, has established the food park as a strategic economic enterprise designed to function as a self-sustaining business entity that stimulates local entrepreneurship and tourism. There is a need to formalize these rates to ensure transparency, accountability, and the sustainable maintenance of the food park facilities. Recommendations. Considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 2026-2322, 8th regular session approved on March 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon for being in accordance with law and within the authority of the Sangguniang concerned to enact. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Third item of the committee report of the Committee on Beautification and Tourism. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Beautification and Tourism, to which was referred Executive Order MVOP 027-2025, dated August 1, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reorganizing the Municipal Tourism Council in the Municipality of Don Carlos Bukidnon, have been considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The committee finds that the reorganization of the Municipal Tourism Council in Don Carlos ensures broader representation by including government offices, youth organizations, women's groups, cooperatives, non-government organizations, and tourism operators. The Council is tasked to formulate programs, participate in the implementation of the Tourism Master Plan, regulate tourism-oriented establishments, monitor licensing compliance, and serve as a consultative body for tourism-related matters. It is further mandated to coordinate public and private sector efforts and spearhead policy proposals for adoption by the Sangguniang Bayan in line with the Tourism Act of 2009. It is anchored on Section 17 of the Local Government Code of 1991 and the Republic Act 7160, which mandates municipalities to provide basic services, including tourism facilities and attractions, as well as the regulation and supervision of tourism-related establishments. The committee affirms that under the Local Government Code, LGUs are expressly empowered to establish councils and bodies necessary to carry out their functions in promoting economic development, including tourism. Thus, the reorganization of the Municipal Tourism Council is a valid exercise of local autonomy and authority. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends the approval of Executive Order MVOP 027-2025, dated August 1, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
The last item, committee report of the Committee on Beautification and Tourism. Referred Executive Order MVOP 008, thus 2025, dated January 5, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, entitled An Order Creating the Technical Working Group for the Development of the Tourism Master Plan in the Municipality of Don Carlos, have been considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the committee finds that the executive order recognizes tourism as a vital sector for economic growth, employment generation, cultural enhancement, and sustainability in Don Carlos. It establishes a technical working group composed of representatives from the municipal government, education sector, youth organizations, agriculture, engineering, disaster risk management, and other stakeholders. The technical working group is tasked to provide technical technical expertise, conduct consultations, draft the tourism master plan, recommend policies, and ensure coordination among stakeholders. It is authorized to coordinate with government agencies, request technical support, hold consultations, and submit recommendations for policy or institutional changes. Funding for the TWG shall be sourced from the Office of the Municipal Mayor, subject to standard budgeting and accounting procedures, and it shall remain operational until the completion of the Tourism Master Plan or until dissolved upon fulfillment of its mandate. Under the Local Government Code of 1991, Republic Act 7160, local government units are expressly granted genuine and meaningful local autonomy to promote economic development, including tourism, and are empowered to create committees, councils, or technical working groups necessary to carry out such functions. This confirms that the creation of the TWG is within the authority of the Municipality of Don Carlos. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends the approval of Executive Order MVOP 008-2025, dated January 5, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, for being proper, in order and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Marlon Tinlayan.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item 43 and 44 for these two items, may we now recognize the gentleman from the Second Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Bobby J. Dinlayan.
Board Member Bobby J. Dinlayan, the Batman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and thank you, Majority Floor Leader. I have here committee report of the Committee on Land Use and Human Settlement Agrarian Reform, number 2026-U-007 of the 28th SP. This is item number 43. The Committee on Land Use and Human Settlement Agrarian Reform, to which was referred Executive Order MVOP 026-2025, dated July 31, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, entitled An Order Constituting the Public Hearing and Consultation Board of the Municipality of Don Carlos Bukidnon for the Comprehensive Land Use Plan and providing for its composition, powers, and functions, has considered the same and hereby submits the following comments, findings, and recommendations. Comments, finding. The committee found the following legal basis to be applicable, viz. Letter A, Section 1 and 16, Article 13 of the 1987 Constitution mandate from reform in land use and management to promote social justice and equitable access for the common good. Letter B, Republic Act number 7279, otherwise known as the Urban Development and Housing Act of 1992, mandated the local government units to prepare, among others, their comprehensive land use plan, conduct an inventory of lands, identify and register all socialized housing beneficiaries, and ensure compliance within the balanced housing development framework. Letter C, Section 16 of Republic Act number 7160 or the Local Government Code of 1991 expressly grants LGUs powers and functions necessary, appropriate, or incidental to efficient and effective governance, and those essential to the promotion of the general welfare goals, specifically outline the promotion of health and safety, enhancement of economic prosperity and social justice, and preservation of comfort and convenience of their inhabitants, among others. And letter D, Section 20, Paragraph C of the Local Government Code requires LGUs to update the respective CLUPs enacted through zoning ordinance to guide future land use and development. And letter E, the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, through the 2013 CLAP Guidebook, requires that public hearings be conducted on the draft CLUP and zoning ordinance. And letter F, Step 9.4 of the CLUP Guidebook instructs for the constitution of a public hearing consultation board and further suggests the composition of the same and corresponding functions. Letter G, Section 444, Paragraph B, number 2 of the Local Government Code instructs that it is within the power and duties of the municipal mayor to issue such executive orders as such are necessary for the proper enforcement and execution of laws and ordinances for efficient, effective, and economical governance of the purpose of which is the general welfare of the city and its inhabitants, pursuant to Section 16 of the Local Government Code. In view of the foregoing, the subject executive order conforms to the above legal premises, particularly in establishing the PHCB, its composition, and respective functions of the members thereof, as suggested by the CLUP Guidebook, to ensure transparency, participation, and proper documentation of the said public hearing. Recommendation: the committee, after a careful review, hereby recommends the approval of Executive Order MVOP or Mayor Victoria O. Pizarro 26-2025, dated July 31, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Province of Bukidnon, for being proper in order and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Another item, number 44, committee report of the Committee on Land Use and Human Settlement Agrarian Reform, number 2026-U-008 of the 28th ISP. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Land Use and Human Settlement Agrarian Reform, to which was referred Executive Order MVOP 38-2025, dated September 26, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Municipal Housing and Resettlement Board and its Municipal Housing and Resettlement Task Force for the Municipality of Don Carlos, as considered the same, and hereby submits the following comments, findings, and recommendations. Comments, findings. Number 1, legal basis. Section 9, Article 13 of the present Constitution underscores that the state shall undertake a continuing program of urban land reform and housing which will make available at affordable cost decent housing and basic services to underprivileged and homeless citizens in urban centers and resettlement areas. Letter B, the Republic Act number 7279, otherwise known as the Urban Development and Housing Act of 1992, mandated local government units to prepare, among others, their comprehensive land use plan, conduct an inventory of lands, identify and register all socialized housing beneficiaries, and ensure compliance with the balanced housing development framework. Letter C, Section 2 of the Executive Order 708 series of 2008 provides that the LGUs must create their local housing board or any similar body through an appropriate ordinance before conducting the clearinghouse functions granted to them through the executive order. Letter D, Section 16 of Republic Act number 7160 or the Local Government Code 1991 expressly grants LGUs powers and functions necessary, appropriate, or incidental to efficient and effective governance and those essential to the promotion of general welfare goals, specifically outlined the promotion of health and safety, enhancement of economic prosperity and social justice, and preservation of comfort and convenience of their inhabitants, among others. And letter E, Section 444, paragraph B, number 2 of the Local Government Code instructs that it is within the power and duties of the municipal mayor to issue such executive orders as are necessary for the proper enforcement and execution of laws, ordinances for efficient, effective, and economical governance, the purpose of which is the general welfare of the city and inhabitants pursuant to Section 16 of the Local Government Code. Conformity with the pertinent DILG issuance. Letter A, the LG Memorandum Circular number 2008-143 series of 2008, as amended by Memorandum Circular number 2009-5, as further amended and supplemented by the DHSUD and the DLG Joint Memorandum Circular series of 2024, guidelines of the creation of local housing board and local interagency committees in the local government units. Instructs, among others, among other things, that there shall be a local housing board and a local interagency committee in every city and municipality to be created via ordinance. In further provides that for the LGUs for existing LHB and LIAC, they shall have the responsibility to either amend or issue supplementary ordinances to the same in order to conform with the provisions of the said GMC, except those LIACs created through presidential proclamations. In fact, the GMC also included a proposed template of the ordinance. To note, a memorandum circular issued by the DLG or DSUD contains administrative instructions which are directory, advisory, or informative in nature, more or less general in application, permanent in duration, and requiring compliance by or observance from or information of the employees of the department and its the clientele or the general public. In other words, it's merely prescribes certain rules, requirements, or procedures, or relays information thereof for the guidance of those concerned. Bearing in mind that oft-repeated principle of local autonomy it is nevertheless strongly encouraged that the LGUs within the province of Bukidnon enact as appropriate ordinance that contains provisions that conform to the above cited JMC. Recommendation: the committee, after a careful review, hereby recommending the approval of Executive Order MVOP 038-2025, dated September 26, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Don Carlos, Province of Bukidnon, for being proper in order within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Brando Denlayan. Oh, Bobby.
Honorable Presiding Officer, proceeding to item number 45, 46, and 47 for these three items. May we now recognize a gentleman from the 3rd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member, Jumik Fortich.
Board Member Jomik Fortich is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Item number 45, Committee Report number 016-28 SP of the Committee on Agriculture and Cooperatives, to which was referred Ordinance number 06-2026 series of 2026 approved on March 26, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Promoting Corn-Based Livelihood Enterprises for the Sustainable Development of Farmers Associations in the Municipality of Cabanglasan, Province of Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The passage of Ordinance number 06-2026 establishes a framework for promoting corn-based livelihood enterprises within the municipality of Cabanglasan. The ordinance institutionalizes support mechanisms aimed at increasing entrepreneurship, employment, and income of local farmers. The policy focuses on fostering sustainable development through value-adding activities such as production of corn grits, animal feeds, and snack, as well as improvement of post-harvest facilities including drying, storage, and milling. By providing a structured approach to technical training, financial access, and market linkages, the measure seeks to empower community-based organizations and ensures long-term economic resilience in rural areas to maintain ecological integrity. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 06-2026 series of 2026 approved on March 26, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, for being accordance with the law and within the scope of the authority of the Sangguniang Bayan to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 46, Committee Report number 017-28 SP of the Committee on Agriculture and Cooperatives, to which was referred Ordinance number 2026-2321, 8th regular session, approved on March 17, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Establishing Guidelines Governing the Allocation, Utilization, Monitoring, and Reporting of the Community Development Fund, CDF, of cooperatives operating in the municipality of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, consistent with CDA Memorandum Circular number 2029-11, and for the other purposes, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The passage of Ordinance number 2026-2321 establishes comprehensive municipal guidelines for the allocation, utilization, monitoring, and reporting of the Community Development Fund, CDF, for cooperatives operating within Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. It is enacted to institutionalize Cooperatives Development Authority CDA Memorandum Circular number 2019-11 at the local level. The ordinance mandates that all covered cooperatives allocate at least 3% of their annual net surplus to CDF. The framework strictly limits the use of these funds to community benefiting initiatives such as social, economic, environmental, and disaster risk reduction projects while expressly prohibiting their use for political activities, the creation to separate foundations, or the direct benefit of cooperative officers. The committee found that the implementation is supported by a structured monitoring system involving the Municipal Cooperative Development Office, MCDO, and the Municipal Cooperative Development Council, MCDC, which are tasked with providing technical assistance, consolidating utilization reports, and administering a formal recognition program for exemplary compliance during National Cooperative Month by aligning cooperative-led initiative with the local development investment program. This ordinance ensures that statutory funds are mandated with transparency and accountability to foster sustainable community development. Recommendations. Considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance Number 2026-2321, 8th regular session, approved on March 17, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo 14th for being in accordance with the law and within the scope of the authority of the Sangguniang Bayan to pass, so recommended.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item number 47, Committee Report number 018, 28 SP, the Committee on Agriculture and Cooperative, to which was referred Ordinance number 066 series of 2026, approved on March 17, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Sumilao, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Requiring Farmers who are engaged in agricultural production and cultivating areas with 12% slope and above to strictly comply with the soil conservation measures herein provided, and for other purposes, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendation. Comments, findings. The passage of Ordinance number 066 regulates farming practices on land with slope of 12% through implementation of soil conservation measures that promotes sustainable agriculture and environmental conservation to mitigate the risks of soil erosion, degradation, and sedimentation. Farmers must implement at least to approve conservation measures such as contour farming, terracing, agroforestry, or the establishment of vegetative buffer zones within the territorial jurisdiction of the municipality of Sumilao. It provides a structured system of incentives alongside penalties for non-compliance. Registered farmers who successfully adopt required measures are granted priority access to government programs, including free seeds, technical training, and discounts on real property tax. Furthermore, prohibited acts such as cultivating steep slope without conservation measures or burning vegetation in these areas will result in escalating fines starting at 1,000 pesos for a first offense and reaching 2,500 pesos for subsequent violations. Recommendations. Considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 066 series of 2026, approved on March 17, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Sumilao, Bukidnon for being accordance with the law and within the scope of the authority of the Sangguniang Bayan to pass. So recommended.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Board Member Jeremy Fortich.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to our new business for the day for these two items, 48 to 49. May we now recognize again the lady from the 3rd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Mindre Bagas.
Board Member Kasanabi is recognized.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Chairman, I have here a proposed resolution number 160-2026 on the 28th SP, a resolution congratulating and commending the athletes of the United Dolphins swim team, all from various municipalities of Bukidnon, for their outstanding performance in the Milo National Inter-School Long Course Swimming Championship 2026 held on March 28 to 29 at Davao del Sur Sports Complex, Digos, Davao del Sur, bringing honor and pride to the province of Bukidnon. Whereas the athletes of the United Dolphins swim team, who are proudly representing various municipalities of Bukidnon such as Dangkagan, Kibawi, and Damulug, delivered an outstanding performance, winning multiple medals, namely Samantha Jade P. Tigmo with 5 gold medals and 2 silver medals, Talia Estrel M. Silagan with 5 gold medals and 2 silver medals, Kyra Reyes T. Lorin with 2 gold medals and 2 bronze medals, Cerise Clover R. Arong with 2 gold medals, Darby M. Torion with 1 gold medal, 1 silver medal, and 2 bronze medals, Rose Maximus Serinia with 1 gold medal, 5 silver medals, and 1 bronze medal, Idhil Prince Culago with 2 silver medals, Harry Y. Azoris with 1 silver medal and 1 bronze medal, Japit B. Beltran with 1 silver medal and 1 bronze medal, and Erlishim B. Ginella with 1 silver medal and 2 bronze medal. Whereas these young athletes are students of various elementary and secondary schools in Bukidnon, namely Dolorosa Elementary School, Dangkagan Central Elementary School, Miaray Elementary School, and Kibawi Central Elementary School, Damulog Central Elementary School, Dangkagan National High School, and Bugwak Elementary School, reflecting the strength of grassroots sports development in the province. Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of this congratulatory resolution.
There is a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
I also request that the copy of this resolution be furnished to the athletes for their information. Another congratulatory resolution, Your Honor, a resolution congratulating and commending the athletes of Loan Aqua Elite from the municipality of Quezon, Bukidnon for their outstanding performance in the Milo National Inter-School Long Course Swimming Championship 2026 held on March 28 to 29 at Davao del Sur Sports Complex, Davao del Sur, bringing honor and pride again to the province of Bukidnon. Whereas the athletes of Loan Aqua Elite, who are proudly from the municipality of Quezon, Bukidnon, demonstrated exceptional performance, particularly Clyde D. Patalinghog, who garnered 6 gold medals and 1 silver medal, and Sapphire D. Patalinghog, who earned 1 gold medal and 1 silver medal. These athletes are students of Quezon Bukidnon National High School and Quezon Central Elementary School, reflecting the active participation of local school and developing competitive athletes. So again, Mr. Chairman, moving for the approval of this congratulatory resolution.
There is a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
So request the secretary to please again furnish the copy of this resolution to the athletes. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Kasanabe.
Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed to item number 50. May we now recognize the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member, incoming Majority Floor Leader, Dr. R.G. Pipito.
Board Member incoming Pipito is recognized.
Incoming Pipito.
Incoming Pipito.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 50 is a proposed resolution number 162-2026 of the 28th SP series of 2026, entitled "A Resolution Commending Tyler Frederick Garcia for his outstanding performance in the competitive swimming at the Southeast Sussex Amateur Championship in Crawley, East Sussex, United Kingdom." Authored by this representation, whereas Frederick Garcia is a young Valenciano swimmer whose dedication, discipline, and perseverance in the field of swimming have led him to achieve remarkable success in both national and international competitions. Whereas on June 29, 2025, Tyler Frederick Garcia qualified and competed in the England Age Group National Qualifier held at Mercer Park, Reading, United Kingdom, where he secured third place, finish in the 3-kilometer distance swim, demonstrating endurance, resilience, and determination in long-distance swimming competition. Whereas during the Milo Interschool National Championship held on March 28, 2026 in Digos, Davao del Sur, Tyler Frederick Garcia demonstrated outstanding athletic ability and competitive excellence by winning the silver medal in the 100-meter freestyle event. Whereas Tyler Frederick Garcia competed in the Southeast Sussex Amateur Championship held on March 1, 2026 in Crawley, East Sussex, United Kingdom, where he delivered an exceptional performance by earning a gold medal in the 100-meter freestyle, silver medal in the 200-meter freestyle, and silver medal in the 50-meter freestyle, showcasing his versatility and excellence in multiple swimming events. Whereas these achievements reflect Tyler Frederick Garcia's commitment to excellence, strong work ethic, and unwavering dedication to the sport of swimming, serving as an inspiration to young athletes in the province of Bukidnon and beyond. Whereas his accomplishments bring pride and honor not only to his family but also to the community in the province of Bukidnon, highlighting the province's potential in developing world-class athletes in aquatic sports. Whereas the Sangguniang Panlalawigan recognizes that the achievements of Tyler Frederick Garcia exemplify the values of discipline, perseverance, and sportsmanship, and contributes positively to promoting sports development and youth empowerment within the province. Now, therefore, on motion by this representation, duly seconded by all board members present, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to commend Tyler Frederick Garcia for his outstanding performance in competitive swimming at the Southeast Sussex Amateur Championship in Crawley, East Sussex, United Kingdom. Resolved further that a copy of this resolution be furnished to Tyler Frederick Garcia as a manifestation of his honorable body's highest recognition and appreciation for his commendable achievements and valuable contribution to sports. Approved this day, April 21 of 2026, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. Moving for the passage on the approval of this resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item number 51, may we now again recognize our birthday boy from the 2nd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Marlon Brando Dinlayan.
Board Member Marlon Dinlayan is recognized.
Thank you once again. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader and Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to lay on the table the proposed resolution number 163-2026 of 28th SP, entitled "A Resolution Congratulating and Commending Kestrel Andre M. Mawag for being shortlisted in the top 60 out of 3,500 participants worldwide in the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organizations, the UNESCO, Youth Eyes on Silk Roads International Photography Contest, bringing honor to the province of Bukidnon. This is for further study and clarification. So napa may ipang dugang ani, Mr. Presiding Officer. For clarification.
You hold this in abeyance, in other words.
Refer to Ha. So I'm going to I'm going to refer that to the committee, Mr. Presiding Officer.
So there's a motion to refer this back to the committee. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Yeah, thank you. And for a reminder, later natin salo-salo. Basing malimtan, ako na lang isa. Thank you.
Nahutana mo ako ganina, dugay kayo mo nagtubag.
Giklaro pa na ako sa staff. Invited na lang.
Thank you. Board member. Delayan.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56, may we now recognize the Honorable Board Member, Julius Simonsanto.
Board member Attorney Monsanto is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Murag nanay bagong grupo sa SP. Ang mga April Boys. I'm one of the member of the April Boys.
So, tulo. Oh,
tulo. Okay. So,
Three Musketeers.
This is a communication received by the Committee on Appropriations. First is a letter dated April 1, 2026 with attachment coming from the Provincial Budget Officer, Provincial Budget Office, Province of Bukidnon, which transmitted to this August body for appropriate action. Supplemental Budget Number 2, General Fund, Calendar Year 2025 of the Municipality of Baongon, Bukidnon, and the amount of 6,316,674 pesos and 17 centavos. Attached to the said communications are budget documents and technical review analysis for reference and perusal. The committee, after going over the same, finds the same to be proper and in order, and hereby recommend for approval of the subject supplemental budget number 2, subject, of course, to compliance with the applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. Recommending for the approval of the same, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Next is a letter dated April 7, 2026, also coming from the Provincial Budget Officer of the Provincial Budget Office, Province of Bukidnon, which also transmitted to this August body for appropriate action. Supplemental Budget Number 2, General Fund, Calendar Year 2025 of the Municipality of Kadingilan, Bukidnon, in the amount of 8,616,301 pesos and 51 centavos. Likewise, attached to these communications are budget documents and technical review analysis for reference and perusals. The committee, after going over the same, finds the said supplemental budget number 2 to be proper and in order, and hereby recommend for the approval of the same, subject to compliance with the existing applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Next is also a letter dated April 1, 2026 with attachment coming from the Provincial Budget Officer, Provincial Budget Office of the Province of Bukidnon, which transmitted to this August body for appropriate action. Supplemental Budget Number 2, General Fund, Calendar Year 2025 of the Municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, in the amount of 26,201,626 pesos. Likewise, attached to the said communications are budget documents and technical review analysis for reference and perusal. The committee, after going over the same, finds the said supplemental budget number 2 to be proper and in order, and hereby recommend for the approval, subject to compliance with the applicable budgeting laws, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
The fourth letter is a letter dated April 1, 2026 with attachment also coming from the Provincial Budget Officer, Provincial Budget Office, Province of Bukidnon, which transmitted to this August body for appropriate action. Supplemental Budget Number 1, General Fund, Calendar Year 2025 of Manolo Portich, Bukidnon, in the amount of 74 million. Attached to the said communications are budget documents and technical review analysis for reference and perusal. The committee, after going over the same, finds the said supplemental budget number 1 to be proper and in order, and hereby recommend for the approval of the same subject to the applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing rules and regulation. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Last is a letter also dated April 1, 2026, with attachment coming from the Provincial Budget Officer, Provincial Budget Office, Province of Bukidnon, which transmitted to this august body for appropriate action, Annual General Fund and Special Account for Local Economic Enterprise, Calendar Year 2026 of the Municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon in the amount of 750,073,789 pesos. Attached to the said communications are budget documents and technical review analysis for reference and perusal. After going over the same, the committee finds the said annual budget, general fund, and special account for local economic enterprise, calendar year 2026, to be proper and in order, and hereby recommend for the approval of the same subject to the applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulation. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Board Member Monsanto. April Boys.
For the last item that we had in the new business for the day, Mr. Chair, from item number 57 to 75, may we now recognize the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Attorney Oliver Owen Baba Garcia.
Gamayra. Board Member Garcia is recognized.
Chicken. Thank you, Badyo. Mr. Floor Leader, item 57 and to 59 are requests for authority to enter into a deed of donation coming from the provincial governor, the two requests dated March 30, and item 59 is dated April 7. Item 57 refers to request for authority to enter into deed of donation with 6 liga ng mga barangays of the 1st District Province of Bukidnon for 190 solar street lights with the following description as listed. Liga ng mga barangay Malitbog, 45 solar street lights, value at 359,100. Number 2, Liga ng mga barangay Libuna, Bukidnon, 28 solar street lights, valued at 223,440 pesos. Liga ng mga barangay Talakag, 26 solar street lights, valued at 207,480 pesos. Liga ng mga barangay Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, 54 solar street lights, 430,920. And Liga ng mga barangay Sumilao, 21 solar lights, 167,580. And number 6, Liga ng mga barangay Baungon, Bukidnon, 16 solar lights, valued at 127,680 pesos, for a total value of 1,516 pesos and 20 centavos. Item number 58 is also a request. For donation with the Liga ng mga Barangay Sumilao over 320 units of monoblock chairs valued at 191,680 pesos. And the item 59 is also a request for authority to sign a donation to 2 Liga ng mga Barangay of the 1st District of Bukidnon for over 800 units of monoblock chairs, Liga ng mga Barangay Manolo Fortich at Liga ng mga Barangay Talakag at 400 pieces each liga, valued at 360,000 pesos total. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move to pass an omnibus resolution authorizing the governor to sign the deed of donation for items 57, 58, and 59, subject to style by the Secretariat. So moving, Mr. Chair.
There's an omnibus motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Item 60 to 75 are requests coming from the governor to sign various contracts. And I therefore move to pass an omnibus motion to approve the request of the governor and to pass a resolution authorizing Governor Rogelio Neal P. Roque to sign the contracts/agreements in items 60 to 75, subject to the conditions stated therein and to the appropriate styling by the Secretariat. So moving, Mr. Chair. That's all.
Ay, sa, totoo sa nato, ginawa sa ta. So, there's an honorable motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved. Dagan ko na, kaon na ta ni.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to our other communication because we have no item calendared in the third and final reading. So I move for the following, Honorable Presiding Officer, item number 1, 4, 6, and 7. This will be noted, and item number 2, this will be forwarded to our Provincial Vice Governor, the Honorable Vice Governor Clive Quino, and Board Member Balansag for information and reference. And item number 3 be forwarded to the Special Investigating Committee regarding the boundary dispute for information and reference. And item number 5 be forwarded to the Committee on Engineering, Public Works for information and reference. So moving for the approval as presented, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to the other matters from the board members, and I have 2 other matters. And after that one, we read again after myself for this representation, Honorable Monsanto and Honorable Garcia. Board other matters.
Okay.
For this representation, Honorable Presiding Officer, I have only one item. This Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, Disaster Preparedness regarding on the water permit application by the water pool, and this is for the committee meeting on Tuesday. This is April 28 at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, Disaster Preparedness. And second item, this is for clarification, Honorable Presiding Officer, regarding on the manifestation of the author of the resolution by the Honorable Board Member, the birthday boy, regarding the referral to the committee, and that is referred to the Committee on Rules and Privileges. Regarding on the resolution, sa rules ba and privileges? Yeah, committee rules regarding on the proposed resolution by the birthday boy.
So, it's clarified now that it will be referred to Committee on Rules.
Yeah. So, that would be not already committee rules for clarification. Okay. So that would be all in this representation, Honorable Presiding Officer, Honorable Board Member Monsanto for the other matters.
Yes, Board Member Monsanto.
Thank you,
Recognized.
Mr. Presiding Officer. This is just a communication I received. I was texting our budget officer. This refers to kanus aman ma-available ang PT cash. PT cash. So, okay.
Yeah, Board Member Pipito.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, nakastorya may gina board. So, ni-okay na daw si budget. Nakastorya with COA. So, okay na daw ang petty cash. So, ilaingon gina is kung pwede gusto ba daw ta muling ko para explainan sa tuwa o pwede na po na itong staff diretso
Okay.
pang patudlo na lang sa budget office. So, ipadol lang nato dito sa iya.
Yes, so may siguro no kay the communication stays the okay na daw. Only ready na po ang in charge. Only lang kanus ako no makipag-schedule with our staff to discuss all the details sa kining pag-implement aning atong PT cash.
Pwede siguro anytime magkuan sila.
Ato dili kita ko no mag-schedule niya o kanus amo available atong staff din i-communicate na siya. Ang staff ra siguro katura siguro in charge nato sa kuan.
Yung mga staff lang nato.
Katong in charge lang sa PT cash.
Pwede man daw siguro sila na contact mo may availability po di ma'am may po siguro.
O o pwede ta ugma siguro can we just ask the help of our secretary,
Schedule
secretary to call our staff for that purpose siguro.
Schedule tomorrow.
Kung bahay mo tomorrow
Sa
pero
how nag-explain.
Yeah, mas mayo siguro kung atong ma-contact si Ma'am Mayfe karon, available ba siya tomorrow?
Anytime actually naay in charge na.
Okay.
In charge,
Ah,
not
okay.
necessarily Ma'am Mayfi.
Okay.
Nana in charge, ready na sa dang in charge. So as soon
Schedule
as
na lang.
our staff are available, contact lang diretso na daw.
Sige, 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 Mr. Chair, requesting our secretary siguro para schedule.
Yeah, para mausara.
Usal lang.
Time, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Naman ang staff permanente anytime. So,
Oh,
ang availability lang sa ano.
Ikaw na yung mag-set poll. If it is 9 o'clock, mas maayo. Aron makapot sila. Lagi, aron makagamit natin sa itong pitikas. Kay Bintras, tag 93 pang gasolina. Oh. Cinta na day. 93 pa to kung nakita ganina.
Pero ang uban, wala pa nag-ubos, ha?
Wala pa.
Wala pa.
Napay 114.
Napay 115. Napa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ang Shell is 93. Napay ako one more thing.
Yeah, please proceed.
This is just a query on we have received here several executive orders, no? Na yung mga executive orders nato dinhi nga 2025 pa. Nya dili na mo serve sa purpose bitaw kay nahumana ang event nga ilahang gihimuan sa executive order, no? Kung tana siguro tana og kung pagpasa sa atong level din sa executive order, ug di na to ma-act within the kuan, labi kay naglapas na, dili ba na siya automatic nga mahimo na siyang good as approved. No kay parehatong kang mambing ganina, no? 2025 katong prevention sa cyclone Tino. Lapas na to, ayap na to gi-approve na pon karon ng. So I'm just inquiring if we could have rules on that siguro, no? Except atong mga executive orders nga naga-create og mga bodies, no problem with that, no? Yes, na yung mga executive order bitaw nga fiesta siraduan kini nga karsada. Pila na maghapit na ng sunod pista wa pagapon na-approve ang executive order, usay siguro yung ano. Lagi may we just ask to that siguro. Then ato po siguro i-sort out na din ato mga executive orders, no? Katong murag nahulog ng murag mutan academic na kay no man na.
Yeah, please, Board Member Palmada.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I think na sa executive order nga na sa timeline. Murag ang uban magud naka-spell out.
Naka-spell out, yes.
Yeah, ang uban.
Oh.
Pero ang uban, but still we can still subject for review gyapon, di ba?
Mo na siya karon kay all executive orders shall be subject to review. O even katong mga executive order nga murag pag-abot din sa ato, umutan academic na kay human na.
Yeah.
Na human na.
Gitransmit, humana ang pista, gisira ang kalsada, humana ang pista. May construction, humana ang construction, ay gitransmit ang executive order kay close ang kalsada. Bugal-bugal man siguro na.
Those are things ba nga murag gausik sa ato ang resources, time dinhi nga entertaining on those measures nga mutan academic.
The influx of review is because of the seal of good local governance. They're all required to pass executive orders, doing this, doing that, kay gina-check sa DILG. So that's why maswamp ta din sa kadaghan sa executive order. Kay every term man ata, i-reconstitute ang this body and that body. So, muna permi ang gabuhaton. So, that is a pressure coming from the contest sa seal of local governance. So, anyway, I hope ibutang nila dito nga timely transmitted to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Kay ang ila basta mapasa lang ni Mayor, naalang sa ilang files, pag-review sa DILG nga naa dito, pag-review, okay na. Bisag, wapay approval gikan sa Sanggunian. So, I hope maybe the places can discuss about this or the Sanggunian kay muramanog daghan na kay sa tagtrabaho. Di ba ta reklamo kay ato maninggi nganong interview ta. But sometimes ba wala nay pulos, i-review pa nimo na humana ang event, ay pa ni abot ang executive order. So for me it's like murabag compliance na lang. Ya alang-alang i-deny nga nahuman na nilang execute.
Anyway, those are just my observation, Mr. Presiding Officer, and I hope siguro mo tayo natas DILG gud sa pana, no?
Correct.
Oh, na by time frame kanus ay ipasa sa local.
And do we really have to review?
Yeah.
Nabay na uli nga executive order na ba?
Murag wala magyud automatic man sa ato mura pag
Okay, sometimes implementation of an ordinance, implementation of a provision of the national law. Ana raman.
Yes, Attorney Paul has something to say about it.
To chair from the secretary. As a rule, as part of the review function of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, we review ordinances as well as executive orders. However, what is clear in the local government code as provided in section 56, it is only provided in as far as for the ordinance that the Sangguniang Secretary has to submit within 3 days. However, on the part of the executive order, the period is vague. To apply superiorly with that of that ordinance, it is presumed that they have to submit within 3 days also. This is because executive orders are issued by the mayors. So, sa places, Mr. Presiding Officer, dili na mo gather ang mga secretary sa mayor. But sa places, I repeatedly remind them to submit within 3 days in as far as ordinances. And likewise, Mr. Presiding Officer, there are two kinds of executive orders that are subject for review either by the governor or by the Sanggunian. In as far as for the governor is concerned, the kind of executive order are those provincial ordinances approved by the Sanggunian, and for those laws that are imposed by the provincial, the municipal mayor. Now, what is within the review power of the Sanggunian are those municipal ordinances nga gi-implement ni mayor through executive order mo nang ato ang PD review. So, dili gyud tanan executive order ang atong i-review.
Yeah, Board Member Palmada.
Ang akong pangutana inani. What if kung si Mr. Secretary man, Honorable Presiding Officer, ang makadetermine kung unsay pwede na itong i-review. So kung sa inyo lang dahil nga level, kung imo nang ibalik dito beyond 3 days nga katong gikuan, unsa may tabo?
Well, generally
sa inyo lang level ha?
Generally, the office of the secretary function as far as receiving communication, ministerial function mo kuno mo. So we just receive this
lagyan po
communication.
ninyo.
Pero through your
The majority floor leader should be the one to do that. If the secretary's duty is only receiving ministerially,
so pwede mention na kini
the Majo's office can actually return it because functus officio, meaning to say, nahuman ng event, ay pa na to reviewon ang ordinance closing Jose Rizal Street. Diba? Oh, so, return na lang na for being functus officio, especially 2025 pa, unya 2026 gi-submit. So, lang, aron makita nila nga gabantay ta. So, maybe the majority floor leader can assign a staff, no? To do this.
At least
Executive order lang.
Yeah, at least the incoming is now
also the incoming is aware of. But you should start being the outgoing.
Anyway, sa level pa lang sa Office of Secretary, ilan namang maibawaan.
No, they're insisting that their job is only ministerial. They cannot decide.
So it's up to the majority kung i-appeal ba o dili na siguro.
It's up to the majority.
Pa-calendar o dili. Pero with the recommendation of the Secretary, pwede nga dili na mga
Yeah, we can give advice to the majority floor leader. We can help him.
Other matter?
One more thing. The secretary said that they have already communicated to the respective secretary of the Sangguniang Bayan or the Sangguniang Panlungsod as to the 3-day reader rule. Was that an official communication or kuan lang? Kay basin og dili bito kay sila mo nga
Actually, Mr. Presiding Officer, it is already part of Section 56 of the local government code, and the sanctions there, it is very clear that they will be subject for administrative liability if they fail. So, at the same time, yes, we constantly remind them, Mr. President.
Because if I have to suggest, Mr. Presiding Officer, then we will make a resolution reiterating the contents of section 56 so that na-clear nila nga makita. Kaya basi dili tanaw gaabli, kiti tanan gaabli sa local government code and finds the provision of section 56. So masayon siguro nila tanawon kung na resolution issued by the Committee on Rules lang.
And knowing that there's a sanction.
Yes. Just a resolution reminding them on the provision of section 56, Mr. President.
Second, Mr. Chair.
I think for that, sige na siguro.
Yeah,
Sige, sige. So, subject to style, Mr. Chair. So, moving for the passage of resolution, subject to style, for that very purpose, using that provision of the local government code.
56.
Mr. President.
Subject to style, Honorable Presiding Officer.
With proposed addition, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer, to include this letter or resolution to the office of the municipal mayor.
Mayor.
Because they are the one
Sige, sige.
executing the executive order and releasing this communication to the office of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Yagikan man sa ila.
So, for that passage of resolution, as amended, Mr. Subject to style.
Okay. Thank you. Seconds.
There's a motion. It's been duly seconded. Motion approved.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Board Member Attorney Monsanto. Board Member Attorney Owen.
Yes,
You recognize?
would like to request for a committee hearing on 28th morning of the Committee on Laws and to invite the College of Veterinary Medicine, CMU, and the Center for Research of the Mountain View College with regard to the requested MOA with the provincial government of Bukidnon. So, duha lang, Mr. Chair. Two schools in the province of Bukidnon, MVC and CMU. 28, yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning kay gamay ra man alay clarification sa MOA. Sometimes, again, I repeat this. There is something wrong with the communications being sent to the Sangguniang because half lang ba, di ta kabalo sa good meaning ani ang gusto ipasabot. So, manawag na lang tas mga concerned individuals so that our questions can be answered. So, that's the reason, Mr. Chair, I will have the two schools sa ilang mga research projects nga to be assisted by the provincial government kay na yung mga provisions nga wala ko kasabot o wasay further information coming from the PGB. PGO.
PGO. Yes.
10 o'clock.
Board Member
Can
Palmada.
I make some amendment to my schedule? 9:30 lang to ba? Only one item. Para kaya na.
Sumpay ta.
Sumpay na ta.
Ikaw na.
So, 9:30 ko, ikaw.
Pero una ka moabot kaysa ako, kay unam ka.
9:30 na kuhan, 9:30. Okay. So, after Board Member Garcia, Honorable Presiding Officer, may we have the birthday boy for the other matters of the board member? Before we will have our secretary's time.
Yeah, okay. Board Member Dinlayan, Marlon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is in line with the 52nd Kamulan Festival activities. Actually, this morning, the Ranjo Commando nagtawag sa ako so gi-live day ko. Surprise kayo ko. Okay, mo lagi na lang sila gi-inquire about sa okay in general successful kaya ang atong kaamulan so di man gina perfect na yung mga flow so to make it to straightforward gusto po silang may bala nila ang sort of feedbacking kung okay ra sa ato mo patawag pa sa isa of course ang provincial tourism and the NCAP for feedbacking lang siya nga executive so maybe
Actually, we do that naman.
Okay.
Evaluation, post-evaluation, you do that. So,
and of course, kani siya nga feedbacking, ang aim na to is, of course, to para more ma-improve pagid ang on ma-consolidate recommendation for further enhance for the planning and implementation for, of course, future nga for next year kaamulan. So, pwede ra, Mr. Presiding Officer, ano man, alauna gyapon?
Before that, can I say something?
We will invite the
Before we decide, can we listen to...
Our Vice Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Board Member Pipito.
Recommend lang ko, basig pwede sa post-event evaluation sa Kaamulan event, i-invite lang to media para isa na lang sila dito. Kaya maka-answer gihapon mungod sa mga questions. Katumang mga organizers. Wala pa tayo nalang sa organizers. Good sila mga So, recommendation, ingana lang siguro Mr. Chair, i-invite lang to sila kay namagyan mo ka na sa post-evaluation. Oh, so, pwede to invite media na lang. Para makabalod ka na. Schedule ito rin naman.
We'll just wait for the right time.
Mag-schedule man si tourism and then events committee. And then appeal ang committee sa events sa SP po. So, ayan na i-invite na lang. Para delete man ito balik-balik. Mr. Chair, kaya nasa like questions, di ta katubag. Kasi kung balik na po sila po, para isa na lang.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito. Attorney Masato, would you like to say something?
That is also the point now raised by Board Member Pipito regarding the evaluation to be made by the post committee. How do you call them? Post committee para dito na usa tanang concern. Then siguro after makumpleto sila dito, taga na lang tag feedback. What is the kana lang. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Attorney Monsanto.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes, Board Member Palmada.
Just this afternoon, Honorable Presiding Officer, the Vice Governor called me up regarding on the schedule set by the North Code, province of North Code, that we will have to conduct now a joint session that the North Code already said in the Dusit Hotel in Davao City. That is for us now for have a 1 month preparation. So we will first agree among ourselves kung mag-proceed ba ta or delay. That's why kanina, nigawas ko, kaya niya siya nga, sige ko nung pressure daw sa Vice Governor sa North Code, in the Dusit Hotel daw, kung sila ko tanan na, mag-set of schedule. Pero nako, ambot, nako, Vice Gov, ako lang saan i-consult, no, to the members of this August body for us to decide whether to proceed for the joint session or not. Okay, sige na ko, grabe na pressure siya daw. Sige lang, kaya I will bring this matter to our session today. So that's why we will decide. So siguro, among ourselves, together with the preparation of our good secretary, Honorable Presiding Officer, kay mura wala may result ang atong pan. Di not even respect sa katong ato ang mga resolutions before.
And the one that ipa-investigate nato sa ila.
Then why would we have to agree para sa ilaha proceed with the joint session? And from that time, Honorable Presiding Officer, wala yung hitabo. So meaning, diba?
Can I say?
Yeah, please, Attorney.
I think there can be no basis for us to have a joint session with him because we have not even approved the survey conducted by the Region 10 set of engineers. So, sila gi-approvean man katong ilang survey dito, bahala na sila atong ila. But as far as the province of Bukidnon is concerned, we have not approved atong gi-present sa ato. So, there is no basis for us to talk with them. Kay yang ilang i-present katuro mang ilang report nga gi-approve kita we did not approve man sa ato ang kuan sa report sa ato sa DENR Region 10. That's my opinion, Mr. Presiding.
I was wondering how come wala pag i-present sa ato.
Yeah, and secondly, Mr. Honorable Presiding Officer, we have a lot of resolution. They did not respect our resolution for the status quo.
Yeah, from the very beginning.
From the very beginning. So how could we agree for the joint session?
Why do we talk to people who do not even respect the decision to have a status quo? I don't know if there's an answer already to the resolution that we sent to them. Wala. Wala. Sila pa ng tikal-tikal na rin nga imbestigahon na muna kung tinuod na. So, kita sad, ato sang gi-comply kay imbestigahon ka nila. Nawa magani acknowledging receipt of your resolution and that we will take the necessary action. Unya si Vice Gov ang ilang siging-sigingon og tawag. Diba? So, how can we act and respect those kind of sanggunian kung bisag pa-acknowledge na lang sa atong sulat dili nila buhaton. Secondly, while we talk, a certain LGU is interrupting all those things there sa unsa ni sa conflict area, if we call it that. Napa sila yung resolution to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to ipa-cease and desist ang usa ka company was been there even prior to the conflict. So, where is the status quo there? They're actually acting already offensively, no? They're not respecting the status quo. I don't know what's that letter na ngay tabang ang dol sa to, ha? Kung sabay content atong calendar karon ako to nakita.
We're just furnished with a copy of the resolution.
The Sanggunian.
Oh, para i-cease and desist kuno.
Oh, imagine the status quo ante is they are there operating. Now, ipa-status quo nila, di nila ipa-operate, ipa-cease and desist nila. So, I mean, crazy. Unya, nana dito yung daghang report nga ang ato mismong provincial vet office magbutang dito o kana sa boundary bitaw nga para sa atong bio quarantine protection sa Bukidnon kay nabe access dito coming in gipabungkag kay ila kuno. So wala man say problema unta na kung anyway that's beneficial to both our LGUs kay wala man na to protect man the farm animals, the livestock sa both provinces. So muna nga their actions, Mr. Chair, I think it's worthless discussing to them. I think ang rason lang ani is gusto nila makonclude enough for preparation then for the filing of cases. So to me, let's siguro meet with the Gov about this and the Vice Gov kay aron united atong actions ani including the local government units of Bukidnon kay basig nagtuo sila nga unsa tawag ani divided ta ani nga issue ba. We are not one ani nga issue. So for the information of everybody, a technical and legal team is prepared by Senator Miggs. So we had a meeting already in Manila, assisted by Mayor Canoy, pero dili man ko pwede mag-legal kay board member. Sila na to. So nag-assist lang nako kay wa man kaila si Mayor Canoy sa atong legal team. So ako lang ko nun unsa na yung latest update. But mula gito, sa to barangay diha nga conflict sa ato kabadyangan sa ato Makabinban. Ang Makabinban is in the list of a ghost, declared as a ghost barangay by President Aquino way back in 1986. So, anyway, bahala na itong technical legal team dito sa nila. So, kana na lang, Mr. Chair. Akong imadyo, if we can just talk to the Vice Gov, tell him na siguro mag-sit down ta with the Gov on this. And then siguro ang mayor concerned, so that united po ang atong actions dili ta unsa ni more telegraphing our punches bitaw.
Can we schedule that regarding on the availability also of our governor and the vice governor for us to discuss on the matter regarding sa issue?
Oh, sige, i-schedule kung ano sa available. If it's a Tuesday, that's better kay naman ta, no? And then
after session.
Maybe before
session.
Before kay wala ra ba ning mga dadali uli kay mga butan kay nga mga board member. Lunchtime, mag-meet tag lunchtime, magpakaon gud si Vice Gov o si Gov. Para ganahan sa tagaten.
Namay mga April boy.
Di, pampanggabi man ang ila. No, do we have to do it next week? No, do we have to do it next week? Oh, kaya nga.
May.
Mag-celebrate pa ba si board member Evangelista? Interrupt na to na ay conflict. So, dapat
So, dito na sa mga May boys.
Sige.
May
So,
boys na, may
maybe
boys.
we can just ask the secretary to liaise between the Vice Gov, the Gov, for this meeting, no? para atong lingkuran once and for all so that united atong action. Nya kabalo ang executive sa kabuhaton sa legislative on this matter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Preferably on a Tuesday.
May I know your preferred time, Mr. Presiding Officer? Preferred time, lunchtime.
Lunchtime. Dito sa balay ni balay ni Gob. Payag ni Gob. Tuesday. Pero sa May na.
Pero
Not this coming Tuesday.
So kung Tuesday sa balay ni Go, basig mag-travel pataan.
Dini.
Dini, sa Payag.
Payag.
Payag ni Go. Abi na ko palinjit.
So, no more other matters from the board members. So, we will now proceed to our
Secretary's time.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, honorable members of the Sangguniang body. May I reiterate that the month of May is our month of sponsorship of the SP. For the first Monday will be our monthly convocation, and then followed by the first Friday Mass, sponsored by the SP, and then the fun run, and then lastly the conduct of the flag racing and flag retreat. Now we will tackle this one at a time. On the part of the convocation, Mr. Presiding Officer, the program is almost prepared. It's 90%, except for the chosen team that this honorable body will decide. We have selected and gathered some of these teams in which we will post this in our respective programs for the convocation, and I would like to leave this body for you to decide, Mr. Presiding Officer. The first one is from convocation team, from policy to people, bringing the Sangguniang, bridging the Sangguniang and health office for better life. By the way, health office is included because there are 3 establishments who will sponsor: the office of the Vice Governor, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, and the Provincial Health Office. So the second proposed team is advancing public health through strategic legislative support and responsive health services. The third proposed team is stronger together, policy and practice for a healthier community. And then the fourth one is one vision, one health, legislating wellness, delivering care. And then the last one is sound policies, healthy communities, working together for excellence.
Siguro ato pang tanong tong bago lang nanganak. Blooming forever. Okay na sa number 5. Or number 3. Stronger together. So, raise your right hand sa number 1. Saan? We'll decide on it now? Oh, dapat. So, kisa ang number 1. Raise your hand. Ang sa health office na pila or usahon ra?
Combine na ni siya actually.
Combine na.
Presiding Officer.
So, magkita na ipa-decide siguro nila.
Sangguniang decide. Yes. Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, kay nag-meeting with me, with Dr. Tabios So nag-gather po mi sa ilang nga team. So gi-incorporate na mo there.
Yeah. Okay, so who's for number 1? Yes, the number.
Isulat na lang ng number 1 to 10 niya. Bunuto na lang. Gwapo man tanan.
Oh, okay man to na.
Nabaron pa itong ulo, ana. Inoko. Hindi na contest. Ibutan sa kuan 1 to 3, 4, 5. Ibunuto nila lang para kung sa'yo makuha mo na tima na to sa kuan.
Sige, so
oh, sige. And then just tell us, karon na. Karon buhat na while napatay time. Okay, marag na bang lechon? Lang.
I have a proposal, Mr. Presiding Officer, kaning listahan dito sa among roll call. Namin yung mga ngalan diri. Isulat lang din ninyo asa mo dapit. Unsa ka number ninyo?
Okay, so dili na bunuton. Bunuton na lang.
Okay na ba?
Oh,
lagi, Mr. Chair, kapoy na, I don't want to say this, but, you know, kamo sa secretariat, administrative matters na ni. Does that have an implication in legislation and policy? Wala man. This is a annual convocation event na pwede na gani kamo mag-decide. Give us this to be decided by the Sanggunian collectively. Bunutan na lang ninyo. Gwapo man na ninyong gihimo.
Okay.
Diba? So, ihatag pa ninyo sa mga board collectively. Dagatag yun na una. Oh, lala.
Okay, so number.
Okay.
Number 5. Nababaan ko.
So, the chosen team is sound policies, healthy communities, working together for excellence.
So, approved. That's our theme for this Monday convocation.
Thank you very much for your support and suggestion.
Honorable Presiding Officer, may we hear the last manifestation of our birthday boy?
The invitation.
Before we have our adjournment.
Okay. Ada ba? Okay, sige.
Okay, so thank you so much, Majority Floor Leader and our distinguished presiding officer, and to all honorable colleagues, the staff, to all of us here. Again, good afternoon. So thank you so much, for, of course, the video presentation to my staff, the effort of my staff, Sir Red and Mami. Thank you so much. And of course, ano mo to akong video keeper, si Lian. Magkaspikas, Lian Pitogo. So, mubo lang kayo. So, of course, we are legislators under the legislative department. So, our task is to, of course, give our best service to the province of Bukidnon, particularly in every district, kung asa ta nabilong district. So, sa diha, as one of your board members, dagan ko na learn. So, I'm continue learning, no. Tinol gire mga banggitan, gire ni mga board member. Nakita na ko ang mga iyang mga kalidad. So, isa po, may akong pag-exit. We are going to give our service. Of course, walay pag-pili sa bulok sa tao, gikan sa labing habong nga bandyanon, uganto sa labing ubos nga timawa. So, thank you so much, and everybody was here. So, you are invited later for a simple early dinner. Sakto ba na, early dinner? So, once again, God bless and good afternoon to all of us.
So, gusto lang doon mo nga formal ang invitation ba? For the record, okay.
Sorry for the short notices, no? Pasensya sa short nga notice kay, of course, hectic atong schedules kay bago lang po na human ang atong activities for the 52nd Camelon Festival. And I really was almost busy po. Actually, I invited Governor, but he's out of town, but at least he's informed. Thank you.
So everyone is invited. Let's eat each other. So, ano from the kami kay Baloko, mahal ang diesel, mahal tara, no? Nalang ko'y advice sa inyo. Effective yung kayo ni. Minaw mong tanan. Ako na ning gihimo at una. Ako lang Tagalugon. Next week. Gusto mo ba ng instant pera? Gawin mo nga ang lahat ang mga sumusunod. Huwag kang maligo ng 2 araw. Huwag mag-ayos ng buhok kung ano man. Magsuot ng lumang damit. Maraming butas, mas maayos. Lumabas ka sa bahay mo at magpagala-gala sa kalye. Pag nagawa mo lahat yan, instant pera ang katapat. Manglimos ka na. Mahayong hapon sa atong tanan.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the adjournment of our regular session.
So, a session is adjourned at exactly 4:25. Thank you so much.